You've made it very clear you don't think Donald Trump should ever be trusted with the presidency again. Are you willing to run for president to try to stop him, at least in part?
I haven't really, at this point, I have not made a decision about 2024.
Meanwhile,
are you planning to vote for Liz Cheney?
Can I cuss?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about the Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, and Adam Kinzinger wing of the Republican Party, okay? Because that is a very lonely place to be in American politics in 2022. But in particular, we really got to talk about Liz Cheney because she's the one that's up for re-election, okay? Adam Kinzinger, he's retiring. Mitt Romney, he's not up for re-election. So we got to focus on Liz Cheney, whom the mainstream liberal media claims that they love, okay? But they really only love them because they are being used as pawns to attack Trump. Once they get done with their role of attacking Trump, the mainstream liberal media will toss them back in the garbage can because they don't like Republicans, right? They don't like conservatives, okay? They're not liked by the far left for obvious reasons, evidenced by the fact that Charlemagne the God clearly showed his disdain for Liz Cheney as Anna Navarro was kissing Liz Cheney's feet and worshiping her as a hero on The View.
We were talking about politics, and we were talking about Liz Cheney. And there's some people like me who see her as a profile in courage, as a historical figure, as somebody who's put...
Liz Cheney?
Yes. How do you see her?
None of those things. I mean, I mean, that's a broad question. How do I see her? Like,
yeah, because some people see her as a hero in today's politics.
No.
Some people see her as a zero.
Yeah, but she was complicit for 4 years. I mean, when you ride with Donald Trump on damn near everything for 4 years, I don't think you can be considered a hero. Not to mention, after January 6th, she voted against the John Lewis voting rights bill. So you can't tell me that you're standing up for democracy when you won't even vote to preserve the cornerstone of democracy, which is voting. So.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, then.
She's not a hero.
So Charlemagne is right, but for the wrong reasons, okay? All that democracy stuff he's talking about is BS and a conspiracy that I don't understand why these people keep buying into. There's no evidence whatsoever that black people's voting rights are under attack, right? And if Democrats truly believe that democracy is under attack, they're not showing it because they're out here funding Trump-backed candidates. Speaking of Trump-backed candidates, okay? Again, Liz Cheney is up for re-election in Wyoming, okay? And she is facing a primary challenge from a Trump-backed candidate. And CNN went out to Cheyenne, Wyoming to see how people feel about Liz Cheney. And let's just say that CNN probably did not get the answers that they wanted to hear during this interview. Take a look.
Finish this thing! Let's go!
At Frontier Days in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we found plenty of Republican voters bucking the Cheney name and vowing not to support Congresswoman Liz Cheney for a fourth term. Are you planning to vote for Liz Cheney?
Can I cuss? Hell no.
Are you planning to support Liz Cheney?
Absolutely not.
What are your thoughts about Liz Cheney running for a fourth term?
Personally, I think she's had three too many.
Keep in mind, in 2020, Donald Trump won about 70% of the vote in Wyoming. So Liz Cheney's work on the January 6th investigation isn't playing so well with many Wyoming voters.
She's done us dirty.
How so?
Oh, God. Look at how she's done Trump. I'm a Trump fan. I'm sorry.
So she lost your vote because of her role on the January 6th committee and what she's doing about Trump?
Yes. She's supposed to be supporting him. She's a Republican, for crying out loud.
I find her work on the January 6th committee just repulsive.
How do you feel about her work on the January 6th committee and her role?
It's all a hoax. It's all propaganda. Has nothing to do with anything. It's a witch hunt.
Well, she says she's defending what's important to people here in Wyoming, upholding the rule of law, defending the Constitution.
If that was the rule of law, why doesn't he have a defense team in that courtroom? That ain't the rule of law. That's a kangaroo court. That's not the Wyoming way.
She has been an embarrassment. It's a witch hunt.
Are you proud of her for taking on Donald Trump?
No.
Here in Cheyenne, more than 1,600 miles from Washington, D.C., almost everyone we spoke with told us they believe Liz Cheney is too focused on Donald Trump and the January 6th committee and not paying enough attention to what they believe matters to the people here in Wyoming.
She doesn't know what her constituents want here anymore because she's lost touch with the values of the people.
I don't feel like she supports her people here in Wyoming anymore. The things that she's voting for don't really reflect what the people here in Wyoming feel.
Dean Dexter is one of just 2 Cheney supporters we found in the rodeo crowd.
If they're going to bow down and kiss the ring, I think that I don't want that for my representative. I want somebody who has the Constitution first and foremost in their mind.
We've talked.
Yeah, so that is absolutely hilarious, okay? Absolutely hilarious for multiple reasons, okay? The main reason is that Liz Cheney, despite doing all this, right? Despite being a maverick, being a hero to the establishment, she got absolutely nothing out of this. And that is what I want to talk about. But first, I want to talk about the polls, which support what we just saw there, all those interviews of those people saying basically that they're not going to vote for Liz Cheney and that she is too focused on playing the Democrats' game of January 6th than actually legislating and solving the problems that they care about, which I 100% agree with them on. And that is my main criticism of people like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. My criticism is not that they're, anti-Trump or whatever. That's not my main criticism. My main criticism is that they're playing into the Democrat Party's propaganda and they're a waste of taxpayer dollars with the whole January 6th thing, right? It's one thing for you to come out here and say, look, I don't agree with Trump and January 6th or the claims he made. This is how I think that the party should move forward, right? We should move forward. And if you're doing that based off just policy, right? If you're sticking with the policy, hey, I can't complain about that. You have the right to your opinion. However, when it's not that, they don't really care about that. And all you're talking about is trying to lock Trump up, trying to throw him in jail. Yeah, I got issues with that, bro. I got issues with that. That's not redeemable, right? You're not doing this because, you are actually a principled politician trying to push legislation that's going to better this country. You're doing it because you want to be in bed with the Democrats. You're trying to save your legacy. However, Liz Cheney, she doesn't really have a legacy to save. So let's read here. Former President Donald Trump's pick to unseat Representative Liz Cheney in the race for Wyoming's Lone House seat holds a commanding 22-point lead with a month until the primary, a new Casper Star-Tribune poll shows. Natural resource attorney Harriet Hageman leads Cheney 52-30. The poll shows no other challenger received more than 5% support. Only 11% of voters were undecided. Wow. She has a 22-point lead over Liz Cheney. That's a blowout. Liz Cheney, don't even show up, bro. Don't even show up. She getting skunked. You getting skunked, okay? Wow. Again, how's standing up for democracy going for her? She's about to lose her seat because of democracy, okay? The poll conducted for the Star Tribune by Mason-Dixon Polling and Strategy surveyed 1,100 registered Wyoming voters likely to participate in the primary, resulting in a margin of error of plus or minus 3%, according to Brad Coker, Mason-Dixon managing director. While the Cheney-Hageman race is one of the nation's most closely watched, this is the first independent public in-state poll to be conducted. It was performed from July 7 to July 11, shortly after early voting began here. All right, so she's getting blown out in the polls. Again, my question is, Liz, what did you get out of all of this? Okay, because you're not pushing the Republican Party in some kind of new direction, okay? What did you get? Once you get done attacking Trump, the mainstream liberal media is going to be done with you. They're going to go back to hating you, right? The same way they hated you when you celebrated Roe v. Wade being overturned. Are you going to get a spot on CNN or MSNBC, right? ABC News? Who knows? Maybe. But you're only going to be as useful to them if you spout Democrat Party talking points or continue to attack Trump. That's it. Look what happened to Rick Santorum when he got out of line, right? As soon as Rick Santorum got out of line, they tossed him away, right? They got rid of him. That's your future. That's your future. Your voters hate you. What legacy did you save? Because your legacy really only is that you were the daughter of a warmonger, Dick Cheney, the neocon wing of the Republican Party that the new populist Republican Party don't like, right? They don't like the George W. Bushes and the Dick Cheneys of the world. That's your legacy. Your legacy, again, is the daughter of an infamous warmonger that the right and the left hate, and that you were a traitor to the Republican Party and your voter base because you want to go along with the Democrat Party and their witch hunt against Trump. After Trump was not guilty, was acquitted doing impeachment, right? It should have been done at that point. But no, you wanted to continue to go along with it, while at the same time not bringing anything new to the table in regards to policy or anything like that. You became a Democrat operative. You participated in their waste of taxpayer dollars, while at the same time, again, keeping your neocon views. This is what happened to you. You're going down as a disgrace. Nobody will remember you in 5 years, right? I mean, nobody's going to remember you in 2 years. Let's keep it 100. She deserves everything that she gets, to be quite honest with you, because she is a disgrace. She's a disgrace to this country. Her and Adam Kinzinger, both of them. You think that, oh, well, we're trying to save democracy, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's buying all that. You're simply trying to save face in front of the Washington, D.C. establishment. Again, you're going to go down in history as a traitor and in shame, not as a hero. Not as a hero. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.